Lane, you guys have been underdogs in the eyes of Las Vegas each week so far in the playoffs. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that so far it's actually been working for you. How much motivation has that given you guys? How much of an injection of confidence and motivation does that give you?
I think it gives us a lot. I think the main thing that I wanted to do with it is create energy. I think when you create energy amongst your football team, then it makes them play better. And, that's been my whole goal from the start.
In creating energy, rumor has it that yourself and Chris Long potentially came up with the concept of the underdog mask. And also, is that true? And there's been some good things as far as the proceeds that you have made sure happen that have been able to help out a lot of young people in Philadelphia. Can you explain that to the fans?
Yeah, so basically, I think it was before practice, we were having lunch, and Chris came up to me. You know, he's a pretty colorful character, and he said, since we're underdogs all the time, why don't we just go buy some underdog mask? And, I'm not sure what that looks like, so I went to Amazon and saw a German Shepherd mask and thought, hey, that looks pretty good, so I bought it. And right before the game, I gave it to Jason Peters before the Falcons game, and if we'd lost, that mask would have been in the trash somewhere, but fortunately we won and we broke it out, and it's been here ever since. And as far as funding the schools, I've been here for 5 years, and just going around the schools that we have in Philly, a lot of those schools are underfunded, and it's really a shame.
And it's really cool. I saw after a tweet Chris Long sent that the NFL, which is selling similar apparel now, they're going to donate the proceeds as well. It's a really cool thing you guys have done. Before we went on the air, Chris and I were talking to you about the atmosphere at the Link for the NFC Championship game. We were at that game. We were not at the round before, but I imagine the atmosphere was amazing in that round as well. I know you've been playing in Philly for a while. However, you hadn't played in a game anything like the game Sunday until Sunday. Can you tell us on the field what it was like? Because it was the loudest outdoor stadium I've ever been a part of as a fan. What was it like playing in it?
It was crazy. And I think, whenever they went and scored, it kind of, things got a little bit iffy. But once Pete Robb got the interception, that's when the whole building just clicked. And it was pretty much gone since then. And, the battle's won in the trenches. They can talk about quarterbacks all day, but it's really about, I think, stopping the run and running the football. That's what wins games.
Lane, it's not only the last couple weeks, but earlier in the season, you guys sustained some injuries. Your boy, Jason Peters, he was out for the season. You've taken a leadership role with this team. You made comments about dethroning the pretty boy Tom Brady. And did you expect these comments to get as much of attention that they've gotten?
I think it needs to. I mean, obviously he's the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't want to go to the Super Bowl and be, hey, thanks, Tom. Thanks for having us. We wish you the best. Let's be in your good graces. And obviously they're going to talk about him the whole week until they somehow get arthritis in their tongue. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but it'll happen. So from that standpoint, I'm going in confident. I want our team to be confident, and we're not just going there to celebrate. We're going there to win.
Very nice. And the pretty boy comments obviously stuck with me as well. I mean, you're both equally good looking, so I just wanted to make sure, Lane, that we got that.
I got this on. I don't have hair like him.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure you had kale for breakfast, though, and you slept in interesting pajamas, so you guys are basically identical twins.
That's awesome.
Hey, let's talk about your quarterback, Nick Foles. Let's talk about your quarterback, Nick Foles, for a second. It's been an interesting couple of weeks for him. He obviously struggled a little bit getting his footing in the end of the regular season and the first couple games of the playoffs. He looked lights out last week. The question now is which Nick Foles is going to show up. But forget about that. Tell us what's going through his head right now, coming off that win, and where he is emotionally preparing for this game.
I think he's excited. I think it's, around 7:30. He should be getting breakfast like a lot of the normal players here. But, he's excited. He's very grounded. I think he used a lot of the doubt as motivation in the game. He was confident. He was poised. And I'm just happy for Nick. As a quarterback, I think it takes time for those guys to get in a rhythm, and especially late in the year, you have the first-string quarterback taking all the reps. He comes in and is doing the best he can, and here we are, Super Bowl 52.
All right, Lane, you joined us earlier in the year, and I admitted to you I was skeptical of the Eagles as a Super Bowl contender, and you said you were going to prove us wrong.
That's an understatement, Lane.
I was fair then. I want to be fair now. Give him a chance here. You didn't join us. You hadn't joined us since Carson got hurt. When Carson got hurt, whatever hope I harbored for the Eagles, I threw out. I said, you can't lose the MVP of the league and still be okay. How in the locker room did you guys not lose the confidence? You guys seem to carry the same swagger pre and post. I know you mentioned it's about the trenches game, running and stopping the run, but this is the most important position on the field, the guy who's playing at the highest level of anyone in the league. You lose him for the year. How were you guys able to maintain confidence? What part did Doug Peterson play into that? Just walk me through that.
I think you just say, everybody calm down, let's don't panic. We have a lot of veteran guys that have been in the playoffs, that have played in Super Bowls, so we have those guys come and speak to us. And it's just really about being confident. You know, obviously one of the best quarterbacks in the league goes down, but there's also 21 other guys that are playing this game as well. So from that standpoint, it was unfortunate, losing him, losing Jason Peters, losing a lot of guys that we would love to have right now, but the season wasn't over. I think the front office did a very good job of establishing depth, which a lot of teams don't have, and really just got the ball rolling. But I think it's really about just creating energy, staying positive, and staying on track.
Hey, Lane, I spent a couple years working as a sportscaster in Philadelphia. I got to know the fans there, and sometimes they adopt this us against the world mentality, and it's impressive. They really, truly believe that there's no one out there that they can't beat, and there's no game they can go into where they can't win. But now you guys are going against a team that has been there many times and has done that many times in the New England Patriots, and I'm wondering if there is anything daunting about that. Just maybe even if you compare the experience they have with the experience your team has, or any number of those things you can go down the line. Is there anything daunting about that team?
Yeah, I mean, got the greatest quarterback of all time. What does he have, 5 rings? He's working towards 6. Yeah, that's a daunting task to go in against. I don't want to go into the game, hey, let's hope we win. I want to go in there being confident, throw all the haymakers we can. Hey, we come up short, then, hey, we have no excuses. I think going into a game scared and hoping to win, that's not the way to go. If you're a competitor in this league, getting your team to have the same mindset is what we need to win. So obviously I have a lot of respect for the Patriots, for Tom Brady, what they've done. There's not another team like them. So, but I'm glad we're in this spot. I'm glad the team's in the position. We worked hard to be where we're at, despite all the injuries and all the stuff that's happened to us along the year. But I think we're in a good spot.
Lane, a lot of people have not talked about your head coach, Doug Peterson. He does have experience in the Super Bowl as a player. You do have 6 other teammates, including Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount, who also were on New England last year. What type of, in the 48 hours after winning, what type of input have they given to the rest of the team to give you guys comfort as you head to Minneapolis for Super Bowl 52?
Just stay the course. The circumstances are going to change. Obviously, you're going to have different obligations that week. It's going to be a lot of media. It's the Super Bowl. It's the pinnacle of what the sport's about. But it's really just about being us. Don't try to be nothing that you're not. This is what got us here. Stay the course, and everything else will take care of itself.
Lane, I want to just go back to the NFC Championship game for a moment, a drive that might be forgotten, because you mentioned playing with confidence, that you're not going to be intimidated or play scared. You guys were up 21-7 with less than a minute left in the first half on the road. Everything had gone after that opening drive about as well as you possibly could have hoped. And then your head coach and offensive coordinator decided, we're going to keep going. We're not going to slow down. We're going to try to get points before the half. It ended up working out great. You guys got a field goal. But what's the feeling like in the huddle when it's like, okay, we're not even taking a knee. 30 seconds left, forget it. We're going to go try to get more points. And that mentality, is that one you hope to replicate in 11 days in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think Doug has an aggressive mindset. I think you saw what we did against the Falcons, getting in field goal range right before the half with Alshon. So it's really just having an aggressive approach. Not being too cute with things, but stay within our limits. We know what we can do, and I think anytime you can do that, that's just demoralizing to a defense. And why not?
Lane, I know you got to rock, but you did say that if you guys won the Super Bowl, you promised a beer to every single person in Philadelphia. A, you going to make good on that? And B, can I put in a request, albeit a lame beer suggestion? It is still my favorite. Please answer the question.
Yeah, there's going to be beer everywhere. Bud Light obviously said they would come to my hand, but hey, I'm not scared to put in my own money. I mean, I stand by my statement. Nobody expected us to be here. It's all a joke, ha-ha, but hey, here we are.
Yeah. You got a few stacks of money, too, so I'm sure you're going to be all right.
All right, Bud Light Lime. I'm just going to throw it out there. Bud Light, that is my beer.
Good luck, man.
Hey, Lane, come on. There's much respect for my beer. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Wish you all the best of luck. Thanks for
having
hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.